friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you are new, hi, hello, welcome for your first time. My name is Kaylee. This is my channel where I talk about whatever I want to talk about, and today I want to talk about what I don't want to talk about. Occasionally I will post on Instagram asking for video ideas, and I don't get very many responses because I don't have many followers on here or Instagram. Yay. But I will get a couple responses, mostly from family, and sometimes I get video ideas of things that I don't think I would ever make a video on. Today I want to share what those video ideas are and why I don't really want to make a video on that topic. The first video that I would never make is what my kids eat in a day. Now, I actually have been requested this one before, and I see that it is very popular in the YouTube world. I see a lot of other mom bloggers like me posting what my kids eat in a day, and I will never make that video. I think that if I were, forced to make this video, it would just be a lie. And on that day, I would force my kids to eat the healthiest things, and it just would not be realistic at all. I'm not gonna post a realistic what my kids eat in a day, because realistically, they'll just eat crackers for lunch. That tends to be a thing with my kids, and I try my best, but that's what happens. And someone could argue that me posting a very realistic what my kids eat in a day for very picky kids could be helpful to other moms, but I don't want to be that person. I don't want to make that video. I don't remember who opened up my eyes up to this quote, but someone once said that fed is best does not just apply to breastfeeding versus formula feeding. I truly believe that the phrase fed is best applies to all ages, babies through adulthood. I have really picky kids, and it is hard to get them to eat really nutritious meals sometimes. Sometimes I can't get them to eat a meal at all. A few weeks ago we went to a barbecue, and literally the only thing my daughter ate was Doritos, and I just went with it because she was eating, she was fed, and being fed is best. And we made sure that before the barbecue, throughout the day, she did eat healthy things, but at that particular meal, Doritos were the only thing she wanted. Fed is best is just kind of my motto for life, because even as an adult who struggles with depression, sometimes I just need to remind myself I have to eat. I can't starve myself. It applies to anyone, everyone. Just make sure you're eating. Make sure you're eating what you can, what you want. If you eat one unhealthy meal, it's not gonna affect your whole life. Just try to put some balance in there, but fed is absolutely best. And I give my kids vitamins. I make sure we're well stocked on the fruits and vegetables they do like, and we try to feed them healthy. But I would never make a video on what my kids eat in a day, because it would be a lie and it wouldn't be realistic, and fed is best, and I'm not making that video for you. The next video that I would never make is a morning routine. This is another one that I've been requested, and on YouTube, this video topic seems very, very popular. I think everyone has made a morning routine video. I do not ever see myself making one. Here's the thing, I am a nocturnal owl, and I am often up until like 1 a.m. or 3 a.m. More realistically, 3 a.m. My morning routine is more often me turning off my alarm, going back to sleep, and then being woken up by my child coming in and being like, hey, can I put on this Wonder Woman costume? And I'm like, yeah. And then I just, sit up, put on her costume, and then I lay back down for a little bit, but I'm awake at that point. That's my typical morning routine. That's not something you need to see recorded in a video. That's not entertainment. I mean, it is for me to have my child wake me up that way, but that's not a video I'm gonna make. Again, if I were to make that video, someone forces me to do it, it would just be a lie. I'm not in the business of lying to you guys in my videos, and I try to be realistic. And my realistic morning routine is that I don't have one. I just get up when I feel like, because I'm unemployed and sad, and I just don't have a routine there. There's nothing to show you. There's nothing of value there. And that's going to change because my kids will be starting school within a year, and we're gonna have to get a morning routine down. That's something I'm trying to work on. It was one of my goals this year to start waking up early, and I'm failing miserably at it. But it is something I work on. So, I mean, saying I would never make a video on it, that, never say never, I don't know. But honestly, it would be a lie. I don't want to film early in the morning because I'm not a morning person. I would just be grumpy and angry, and I don't want to do that. That sounds miserable. I'm not making a morning routine video. Another video that I don't think that I would ever make is why I left my religion. And this one I think is a bit more complicated. For those of you unaware, I was born and raised LDS, Mormon. And while I struggled with my religion, basically starting in college, it wasn't until a couple years ago that my husband and I both decided that we were done and we left the church. One of my big life philosophies is that if someone is doing something to make themselves happy and it doesn't harm themselves or other people, then I have no right to judge them for that. So I have a ton of friends and family still in the church, and it makes them happy, and they are not actively trying to harm themselves or others, so I fully respect their decision to stay in the church. Admittedly, there are members of the church that, you know, we see in the media that kind of toe that line between being harmful or not. But for the most part, I think most church members are doing their best to be kind, honest people, and I'm not gonna judge them for staying in something that makes them truly happy. I also came from that religion. I get why it makes them happy. A lot of the reasons I stayed for so long were because of deeply emotional, personal experiences that were tied to the church, and I had to rely on that connection with the church to survive. For example, a lot of people will tie the death of a family member to their relationship with the church, and they need the church to be true in order to comprehend the death of a loved one. And I get that. I understand that. My husband actually sees a lot of Exmo things on like TikTok and Twitter, and I'm not a fan of those because I am not a fan of drawing someone out of the church if that's what they truly believe in and if that's what makes them happy. I don't see myself making a video going over all the reasons why I left, because in my opinion, that is like me just trying to pull someone away, and that's not where I want to be. That's not my business. That's not who I am. I don't care if you are in the church. I respect and love you for it if that is what makes you happy and you are not harming anyone or yourself. I respect my friends and family's decision to stay in the church in the same sense that I hope that they would respect my decision to leave, because that's what makes both of us happiest. I think that a person's happiness is the most important thing, and I'm not going to attack someone for something that makes them happy. Again, as long as they aren't harming anyone. I am open to answering the occasional question about why I left, but honestly, a lot of that is deeply personal. And while I do like to be honest and truthful with you, sometimes bringing up those deeply personal, emotional things are not healthy for me and my well-being, so that's not a topic I want to talk about. Religion is a difficult topic in general. I respect any religion, any beliefs, as long as you're not harming anybody. There are certain people and situations where it's a case-by-case basis where I get really frustrated with the church and what they're doing, or certain people, what they're doing in the name of the church or of different churches, whatever. And I'm not really afraid to call that out. Twitter is where I talk the most about the church, and I have occasionally called the church out on certain things that I'll see on Twitter, but for the most part, on an individual basis, I'm gonna respect your decision to do what makes you happiest. I just realistically don't ever see myself making a full-length video of why I left my religion, and I don't know, maybe this segment counts as me doing that, but that's not a video that I plan on ever making. And there you have it. There are a few video ideas that I am never going to make. If you enjoyed this video and found it interesting, please give it a like. And please consider subscribing to my channel if you don't want to see any of those videos. Okay? Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.